Hey y'all, welcome to the channel, and if you're new here, thanks so much for joining. My name is Misty, and today I am bringing you another episode of our Family Dynamics series. And as you can see, we are here with Danika and the family, and they are just busy working on the hustle and the grind. We need to work on getting promotion in the culinary career for Danika in this episode, as well as working on the garden. She needs to get those 10 plants to a place where they are thriving and maturing. And as you know, in the last episode, she had gotten that cowberry plant, and we need to get that to a mature place. So we are just going ahead and letting her clean up around the house here, and she is going to go ahead and get outside and work on some of those plants. She's cleaning up the dog hair right now because, as we know, Bubbles is a hairy dog, and being a large hairy dog leaves hair lying around the house everywhere. So that's what she's currently doing. We are going to get her out here. She's going to harvest some of these plants, and we are going to have that taken care of. She is doing really well with these plants. We are just waiting on that cow plant to go ahead and get to a mature state. That way we can complete that portion of the challenge here that says we have maintained 10 plants as well as grown a cow plant to a mature cow plant and maintained it. So we are just hoping that this will hurry up and get to its mature stage. And we are so close to checking that off, that we have completed that portion of this challenge, that I can taste it, guys. I can taste it. So we are just going to go ahead and check on everyone in the family. It does look like we have some kids that are pretty tired. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so everyone actually needs to go ahead and wrap it up and get themselves to bed. So I'm going to go ahead and let Jay get Lula into bed here. And then everyone's going to go ahead and put themselves into bed, and we will then check back in the morning with everyone. But for now, let's go ahead and have him tuck her in and get everyone into bed. So he's just going to put her into bed here and tell her good night. And Danika has come up to tuck her in as well. And everyone's just going to say good night to Lula. As you can see, I did turn her room into a toddler room, which is super cute. I just took the dollable bed out and made it fit our needs for this house. We can always change it back to a different room later in the future, but for now it needed to be a toddler room. So everyone has told Lula goodnight. As you can see, Aries is already fast asleep in his room, and we are going to go ahead and send Danika and Jay off to bed as well because it is 1 a.m. And we will then put everyone to sleep and check back in the morning once everyone has woken. So Danika is off to bed, and now we will send Jay off to bed. He's feeling pretty flirty, but really, Jay, go ahead and get yourself into bed. He's like, okay, fine. So head yourself into bed here. We will definitely go ahead and check back with everyone in the morning so that we will see how everyone's doing. So it is the next morning. Everyone is up. The TV season premiere was awful, but that's okay. We are just going to check everyone's needs. Danika is headed off to the washroom, and then when she's done with that, I'm going to have her go ahead and make breakfast for everyone. Her hunger need is feeling a little bit low, and so she will make breakfast to make sure the family has enough food to eat, as well as the fact that it works towards, obviously, her getting her skill up, and it works towards her meeting her goal for work for the day. So cooking is definitely what she'll do. So we'll have her clean out the spoiled food in the fridge, and then she can just go ahead and make some eggs with toast for everyone. Jay is just having a little bit of dancing in the kitchen because, well, why not? That is what he does after all. He absolutely loves to dance. So he has reached dancing level 2. Okay, Jay, I actually would have thought he would be a higher level dancing skill with as much as he dances, but I guess not. Some people are just slow to get their skill up, and maybe he's one of them. So he's going to head on up and get Aries. Aries is feeling pretty hungry, and so he's going to grab Aries and bring him on down so that we can get Aries something to eat. Yes, Danika is making breakfast, but I do think Aries is probably going to need to go ahead and get something in his stomach before that meal is going to be complete. I do think that Aries is just going to tell Jay, look, I can't wait for Mom to fix breakfast. I need to be fed right now, Daddy. And he's going to say, okay, Aries, okay, don't pitch a fuss. Like, let's go ahead and put you in the high chair. and we'll get you some food right away. So Jay's gonna put Aries in the high chair here, and we're gonna go ahead and grab him something to eat really fast. Clearly he can't wait for Mom's eggs and toast. He needs something right away. So he's gonna go ahead and get to eating. As you can see, Bubbles did age up to an adult in the last episode. She is such a big dog. I was not expecting her to be so big, but here we are. So she is a full-grown dog now, and she is such a happy dog. She is a playful dog, a loyal dog that just really loves to go on walks and be around her family, and we love that for us. We really do. She does get scared of the strangest things, though. She is a little skittish of things. But she loves to be bouncing around and be around her owners, and I love that. Is everyone going to preschool today? Yes, actually, they are. So we will go ahead and get Danika to get Aries out of the high chair here so that we can let him go to preschool. And we will also have Lula go to preschool today. So someone will need to get Lula and bring her downstairs because unfortunately she does not have enough movement skill in order to get herself down the stairs just yet. So we will send Danika upstairs to get Lula as well. Lula is feeling quite hungry, but she's helping herself to a little bit of a lolly this morning. She's having some candy to get through with this hunger. And she is the most cutest thing ever. But she's just like, who needs Mom and Dad to help me get food? I can just help myself. I'm just going to have myself a little bit of a sugar rush here. Let's not and say we did. Yes, send to daycare or preschool. Please do. So bloody adorable. No, don't send home. Go to preschool. Yes, Lulabelle is going as well. And no, we don't want her to come home. Oh, she's like, I can't go. Okay, that's fine. We're going to get Danika to come get you, and if she doesn't get you, then we'll teleport you down. It'll be fine. Don't even worry about it. If she will just come and grab her, that will be fantastic. If she doesn't, we will totally teleport Lula down here and let her go ahead and head herself off to preschool, because she does need to go to preschool for the day so that she can get some learning in, and she can expand her little toddler mind. And plus, Danika has things that she needs to do for the day. So she doesn't necessarily need to have Lula underfoot. And so yeah, she didn't grab her. I'm just going to teleport her down here and we will send Lula off to preschool. And it does look like Danika has decided she's going to go ahead and run outside and do a little bit of mixology. I mean, fine, Danika, you do you. Your daughter needed you, but that's fine. Don't even worry about it. She's like, yeah, but priorities. I need to get my mixology up because of work. And I need to get that promotion when I go in today. So I need to be like top notch. Yeah, that's fine. But like, honestly, come on. All right. So she said that she likes mixology. We want you to like mixology. And so that's perfect for us. She goes to work in 4 hours time. I'm going to have her go ahead and clean up this mess here and put away the food, which is fantastic. And then I think I am going to have her go ahead and maybe go out for a little bit of a jog. She does need to get her morning jog in. She hasn't had her morning jog yet. Yes, send Lula to preschool. My gosh. So Danika's going to go ahead and she's going to run out and get her morning jog in because she hasn't had her morning jog yet for the day. And so we're going to have her run out and do that. Because as we know, she loves to go out for her strolls and her jogs through the carnival area grounds. And quick question, Agatha Kirklerbottom and I are planning to be friends. Yeah, go for it. She likes to run through there and kind of get ideas on places to go for their date night that she is planning to come up soon. And she has kind of creating a little bit of a pastime and a routine for herself where she goes every morning, where she goes running and she runs through there, and it just clears her mind. It takes away her stresses and her anxieties of the day, and she absolutely just loves it. It's just this quaint little routine that she has for herself that just makes her feel really good. And so she's running through this little area like she does every day, and she is loving the views and the smells and just how everything looks. And she's just like, I can't wait for us to come here as a couple and maybe, go get some photos taken or have a little bite to eat or stop at maybe a little coffee shop if there's one around here. She's like, I don't even know what's in the area around here, but I'm sure there's stuff we can do, and it's going to be so much fun. So she's really excited, planning all of these things that they're going to be able to do in this area when they come out here for like a date night. And she can't wait to spend an evening with her husband out here at this little carnival area. So she's thrilled about it. And so she likes to come out here and run and just stroll through and daydream about this date night that they're going to have. Possible multiple date nights that they could have. And she loves that. And it just really gets her mind going and gets her inspired and gets her energized. But now that she is back from her jog, I am going to have her come on back and do a little bit more gardening. She does have some things here that need to be harvested, and so we are going to have her come on back and just do the garden a little bit more. As you can see, the cowplant is not quite ready. It is still growing. It is looking good, but it's just not quite there yet. So we are going to have her go ahead and get a little bit of that taken care of, and she will do some watering. Bubbles is going to come and join us, have a little bit of a sit down with us, and find out, like, what are you doing? I'm going to lay here with you because I am a loyal dog, and I just want to be right underfoot, right where you are. Which, we already knew that about Bubbles. Bubbles is extremely loyal and likes to be with her owners. So that is exactly what she's doing, and we love that for her. Once Danika is done with dealing with the harvesting, she is going to just go ahead and kill a little bit of time. So I think she's going to want to go ahead and go in and maybe get a little bit of fun in her life. She is feeling really happy from going on her jog, really happy from doing some gardening, and she's feeling a little energized, you know. So she's thinking she might get a little bit of dancing in. So she's gone inside to go in to get some dancing. And it says here, there's a broken phone. Jay is supposed to demo at the Gate Developer Showcase, but breaks his smartphone bungee jumping at another game's booth. He could try to find a show associate and ask when his shift starts, or use the excuse to skip work. No, we're going to go ahead and find an associate. And he got a performance gain small. Okay, that's great. We love performance gains. Obviously, I want him going ahead and getting as many performance gains as we can get. I don't focus as much on Jay's career as I do on Danika's, because he's not the main character of this story. But I do want him making progress on his career as well. And so I do want him working on like his programming so that he can get his levels up in his career and meet his task and things like that. So any performance gain that we can get with him is great. Danika is just going ahead and repairing this toilet because it has busted, and hopefully the maid will get its ass in here and will clean up this puddle that's all over the place because it is freaking disgusting in this house. Danika is just killing some time. She does have a little bit more time left before she goes to work. Okay, so she goes to work actually in an hour. That's not as much time as I thought she had. So we'll just let her kind of do what she wants to do. She's going to go on upstairs. It looks like Bubbles is up to no good. So she's going to come on up here and she's going to get on to Bubbles because Bubbles is drinking in the toilet. And she's like, Bubbles, you absolutely cannot be doing that. We do not drink out of the toilet. So she's going to give Bubbles a little bit of a lecture and just tell Bubbles, you can't be doing that. We do not do that. That is unacceptable behavior. And then we're going to have her do a little bit of playing with Bubbles and doing a little bit of roughhousing. That way she can show Bubbles that even though you did some bad behaviors and even though I don't approve of what you've done, I do still love you and you are still a good dog. And obviously, you know, I care for you. So they're just going to have a little bit of playtime before Danika heads off to work here. And obviously, she wants Bubbles to feel loved. So Danika is going to get herself ready for work soon, and then she'll head herself off to work. And I will check back with you guys once she gets back from her shift. But hopefully, while she is at her shift, we will work really hard, and she'll be able to get herself a promotion since she has done all of her work tasks for the day. All right, and just like that, Danika is off here. She's going to go in and sign in for her shift for the day. And we're going to go ahead and send the kids off to daycare while she goes in. So Danika has left for work and everyone is away, and I will see you guys when everyone returns home. All right, Danica has made it back home and she has been promoted to sous chef. She will now make an additional $27 per hour for a grand total of $131 per hour. She received a bonus of $13.06 and an ice steel box, and she got a cookbook that she can write on the computer. That's amazing. Okay, we love that for her. So she did get promoted. She is absolutely shattered. We definitely need to go ahead and let her get a little bit of rest, but unfortunately it is only like 5:30 p.m. so she has opted to go ahead instead and get herself a little bit of coffee. Bess has decided to call and ask us for some money. I never give Bess money, ever. Bess probably hates us, but I don't give Bess money because we need money. And whatever, it's just a scam anyway, so no, Bess, you can't have our money. I'm going to go ahead and have Jay work on some programming skill for his job. So he's going to practice some programming. That way it works towards his job career like task for the day. And we will have Danica go ahead and have herself a little bit of coffee so she can get a little bit of her energy up, hopefully. The children are just in here conversing with one another, and I am going to have them work on some of their skills, I think. I do want Lula working on a little bit of her movement skill, so I probably will get her working on the tablet a little bit. That being said, because Danica got promoted to sous chef, she does have to go back to work in 2 hours' time. So I do think I need to get her to get a little bit of a nap, because I don't think that coffee is going to help her that much. And she desperately needs a little bit of energy. So I think I'm going to queue up for her. Once she's done dealing with the children, I'm going to queue up for her to have a little bit of a nap. But for now, with her coffee in hand, she's come in here to talk to her children because she wants to know how their first day, for Lula anyway, at preschool went. Obviously, Aries has been going to preschool for quite some time, so she wants to find out how his day went as well. But today was Lula's first day at preschool, and she just wants to know, how did everything go? Did everything go well? Did you have a good day? Do you like your teacher? And, you know, are you happy there? And obviously she's concerned because she is, you know, a really good mom. And obviously these are her miracle babies and she just loves them to death. And she's just curious about their day. She obviously doesn't get to spend as much time with them during the day because she isn't a stay-at-home mom. She works outside of the house, and so she is curious about their day. She's curious about what they do with their time and how they learn, and you know, if they're happy. And she wants to know everything she can about when she's not with them. So she's just having a little bit of conversation with them. But honestly, Danica, you desperately need to get into the bed. She's like, no, I need coffee. No, actually, you need to get into the bed. So she's heading to get herself some more coffee, but I'm going to cancel that interaction out because honestly, I really do want her to head herself into the bedroom and just get a little bit of a nap in. I honestly don't think that the coffee is going to help her as much as a nap would. So I'm going to have her go take a nap instead, and we will get a little bit of a nap here. That way she can... Well, she doesn't have a whole lot of time. She only has like half an hour's worth of a nap time that she can get. But I do want her to get a little bit of a nap in. Jay is still working on his programming, and Lula is working on the movement skill on her tablet. And Aries is just spending a little bit of time making sure that Lula is doing the movement skill stuff correctly. He's like, I understand the movement skill. I'm a level 5 skill of the movement skill. So I'm just making sure you're doing it right. And she's like, probably thinking to herself, what, brother? Like, you're not that much older than me, and honestly. But he is just making sure she's doing it right. He's being a good big brother. So Danica is up from her nap. She's going to go ahead and head herself off to work for her first shift as a sous chef. Once she returns from her shift, obviously we will carry on with her. But for now, she's going to go ahead and report to duty at the restaurant. We are still with Jay here. He is just grabbing himself a bite to eat. He did finish his programming for work, and now he is just needing to take care of some of his needs. But it is starting to get pretty late in the evening. It is 9 o'clock and everyone is starting to feel a little bit tired. So he is, after he finishes eating, going to go ahead and make sure that everyone is starting to settle in for the night and wrap things up. So he's going to go ahead and have himself a quick shower, and then he will head himself off to bed. The children need to start getting things wrapped up as well. So I am going to have Lula stop playing on this tablet, and she will go ahead and head off to bed. And I'm going to have Aries go ahead and head himself off to bed as well, because it is starting to get pretty late in the evening, and we do want everyone to be well rested. Okay, so Jay has finished his shower. He is just going downstairs to go ahead and head himself off to bed. He is feeling pretty tired, and it is about 10 o'clock at night, so he is like, I'm going to bed. I cannot take it anymore. I just need to get some sleep. So we have got him into bed. As you can see, Aries is heading himself off to bed as well, and we are heading Lula off to bed and having her wrap things up with her tablet. So all of the family is going ahead and going to bed. We have Danika, who is still currently at work, but once she gets back from work, I figure she's probably going to be exhausted because she was tired before she left for work, and then she just worked an entire shift. So she is going to be straight up shattered, and she will need some desperate sleep when she gets home. But just like that, Lula has reached level 3 of the movement skill, and now she's a little bit quicker on her feet, which we absolutely love. So she's just zooming through this house, and she's like, oh yeah, soon I'm going to be level 5 just like my brother, and then I'll be able to run. Yes, you will. Yes, you will, little Lula. Yes, indeed. Look at her fly up those stairs. We're going to go ahead and get everyone into bed, and it says that Danika needs to help out a teammate. Yeah, you do that. Okay, Danika has returned from work, and she is in rough shape. She is exhausted, but in addition to that, she has also started her cycle and is cramping something fierce. We're going to go ahead and send her to the washroom because she desperately needs to use that. And then we're going to send her on off to bed because she could use some major rest. It is about 2:30 in the morning, and she has had an extremely long shift at work and is just worn smack dab out. Like, she's like, oh my gosh, that was ridiculous. Working a full shift and then turning around 2 hours later and working another full shift. Like, what was I thinking? Well, you were thinking you got a promotion and you needed to go to work. Like, that's what you were thinking. I'm going to go ahead and sell all of these things in the inventory here, and then we will get her into bed. Okay, perfect. All right, Danika, go ahead and get yourself into the bed here, and let's get a little bit of rest. And then we will catch back with everyone in the morning. All right, it is the next morning, and as you can see, Lula is up. She is going to the washroom here. She's just helping herself to her little potty chair. She has just enough potty skill that she was able to go independently, which we absolutely love. Aries is up as well, but he is feeling super hungry. He also can't go downstairs and help himself to the food, so I do think he's probably going to end up helping himself to a lollipop and getting himself a sugar rush. I just see that in his future. I do think that Jay probably needs to get up and come grab him and give him a little bit of food, but I think that, yeah, Aries is definitely going to have a lolly. All right, so he's having a little bit of candy here, and he's going to end up with a bit of a sugar rush. Jay's like, where did you get that? And he's like, I don't know, I found it, but it's delicious. And he's like, okay, but you need actual food. And he's like, well, I know I do, but you haven't given me any. All right, so Jay's going to grab him up. We're going to take him down. We're going to get him some actual food, aside from those big-ass lollipops, wherever the hell they came from. And Danika is up, so we are going to have her go ahead, grab herself a shower, and then she can get herself some food as well, because she's also feeling pretty hungry. So everyone just needs this morning to take care of their needs. It seems that their needs are in pretty rough shape, so we are going to go ahead and have them do that. But in addition to that, Danika has been thinking a lot about the fact that she would like to go ahead and start trying for another baby. She knows that they have a lot of trouble when it comes to conceiving. They had a lot of trouble with Aries. They didn't necessarily have a lot of trouble with Lula because, well, they weren't trying. She was a surprise. But with Aries, they had a lot of trouble. So she does want them to go ahead and start trying for a baby because she worries that they are going to have trouble conceiving. She knows that they have had a lot of conversation about the fact that if they can't conceive, they are just going to go ahead and adopt. But she figures they can go ahead and start trying. So she wants to go talk to Jay and just say to him, do you think that we can go ahead and start trying for a baby? And so she's going to ask him, and he's going to tell her, yeah, absolutely, I think we can start trying for a baby. She's like, yes, okay, that's great. So they have decided they're going to start trying for a baby. If they are successful, then obviously they would be pregnant. But if they are not successful in their endeavors of trying for a baby, they have decided that they're going to try 1 or 2 times. And if they're not successful, they're going to go ahead and adopt. They're not going to get themselves all bent out of shape like they did last time and go through all of that stress like they did last time. So both of them are okay with the fact that if they cannot conceive on their own, they will just go ahead and adopt. And it will take the stress out of, obviously, them being of low fertility. So she's going to ask him if they can go ahead and try for a baby now. And he's going to tell her, yeah, absolutely we can. So they're going to go ahead and head on in here and go try for a baby really quick. I mean, they're not even going to let poor Aries out of the high chair first. They're just going to go straight in there and get down to business. So they are in the bedroom. They are trying for a baby. We are going to hopefully be successful. If not, we can always try again in the future. Poor Lula did not get fed, so she also is having a lollipop. I mean, they are not taking care of the toddlers that they currently have that well, but they're trying for another baby. What are the odds of that happening? Look at her love Bubbles. Oh my god, that is the cutest thing ever. And this is why Jay wanted them to have a dog, because he was like, they will love having a dog. And they will have such a good relationship with having a dog. And he was right. Alright, so no protection was used. We are going to go ahead and get Danika to go in here into the bathroom and just go ahead and take a pregnancy test so that we can see if we were successful with trying for a baby. And we will see how that turns out. So she's going to go ahead and take this pregnancy test, and we're going to see what the results are. So she is just waiting with anticipation, wondering what the results are, when she's like, okay, I guess I'm not pregnant. All right, so we are not pregnant, and she's feeling a little bit sad about it. She did kind of expect this news. She knew that they would probably not go ahead and get pregnant on the first try. She kind of hoped that maybe they might, but she kind of expected she wouldn't be pregnant. I mean, after all the times that it took her trying with Aries to get pregnant, it's not shocking that they would not be pregnant on the first try. I mean, yes, they obviously did get pregnant with Lula really quickly. I mean, they didn't even try. They just did woohoo randomly and boom, pregnant. But what are the odds? So I am going to go ahead and get Danika in here. She's going to make some spinach frittata. She needs to get a level up in her gourmet cooking skill for her work task. So we are making some spinach frittata so she can go ahead and level up that gourmet cooking skill. So she is going to go ahead and make that, not to mention the fact that Lula needs to get something in her stomach other than a lollipop. So we'll make this, and we can get Lula to come in here and grab a serving of it so that she can get fed, which is fantastic. Bubbles is scared of the music. She's always scared of something. Okay, Bubbles, it's going to be fine. Don't be scared. Alright, and we have just leveled up to level 6 of the gourmet cooking skill, meeting that work task for our job. And I am going to go ahead and just have her create another batch of spinach frittata just for us to make sure we have plenty of food in the fridge for the kids. But I am going to have Lula go ahead and grab a serving of this food so that she has some food in her stomach, because she is clearly feeling hungry, and I'll put away the leftovers. And then we will have Danika finish this meal up, and then she can clean up this messy kitchen that she just made because, well, she just smagged the kitchen counters. Aries is just spending a little bit of time here with the family as well. He's come in to have a little bit of a conversation. He's feeling really happy, really energized from that sucker that he had. Well, why does that not surprise me? That is lovely. He's having a little bit of a conversation with Bubbles and with his sister, and maybe Mom too, but she is really, really focused on her food and on making these spinach frittatas. She's feeling very inspired right now, and I love that. Yes, I do. Alright, so she just finished up that second batch of spinach frittatas. I'm going to go ahead and put those in the fridge for her while she cleans up the kitchen here. And then I am going to have her go ahead and take out the dog for a little bit of a walk, because she needs a little bit of exercise, and so does Bubbles. So while she is taking the dog out for a walk, they are just going to obviously enjoy the fresh day air. It is a nice warm spring day, and yes, it is raining a little bit, but they don't seem to mind. And the children are just having a little bit of conversation with themselves. We're not going too far, so they shouldn't have to be sent to daycare. We're just going for a nice short walk just around the block here, so we aren't going far enough that daycare needs to be called or they need to be shipped off. And we are just taking 4 little Bubbles out for a little stroll, just so Bubbles can get a little bit of fresh air. Just so we can get a little bit of fresh air. And she is like thinking to herself, I don't know what I'm going to do about this pregnancy thing. I think that we should definitely try at least one more time. And then if that doesn't work, we will go ahead and adopt. So she's making these plans in her head about the fact that she is ready to go ahead and have their last baby. She wants to go ahead and make these plans. So they are going to go ahead and make these plans. She's going to try again with Jay and see if they're successful, and if they're not, then she will go ahead and adopt. But guys, I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I am going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.